Footcast, and we're going to be running through our best moments of 2021. So we're going to have 3 each, and we're going to discuss them. So, who wants to go first?
Wherever he is, if he's above me or below. Go on, Nathan.
I'm here. But all right,
I know what it's going to be. I know what his number one choice will be. Go on in, Nathan.
No surprise.
Too cool.
Chelsea winning the Champions League.
Yeah. Well,
Who
saw that coming when Tuchel took over?
Not me. I can't lie.
I mean, it's the same way they won the Champions League previously as well, where they sacked their manager, then won it a few months later.
Yeah, like it was in 2012. Like we got to the FA Cup final this year, but lost that. But yes, Chelsea winning the Champions League. I can't lie. It was a special moment. It's my favourite moment of 2021 because, you know, when Tuchel took over, we were like 9th place, no hope in hell. Drew Atletico in the first round. I wrote us off straight away. I can't lie. But, you know, to beat Man City, for me as a Chelsea fan, I wasn't confident against Man City. I thought it will be Man City's time. But yeah, so, I mean, Kai Havertz, 89 million, didn't really have a great season, and then just wins the Champions League. He was the last person I expect to score. I would have put my money on Mason Mount.
89 million?
89 million.
Kai Havertz was he wasn't 89 million, was he?
He was 89 million.
I doubt it was 89 million, man.
I think it was with add-ons.
Oh, with add-ons, yeah. I mean, a player can go for like 60 mil, and then with the add-ons, they can go for like 150.
Yeah.
So, Kai Havertz scoring that goal. I mean, you know, to go there and beat Man City 3 times in the matter of weeks or months, it's like, wow. I mean, Man City were at the peak. They were on the line for the quadruple. But
70 mil, by the way.
Okay, bite me. But to win the Champions League, I thought literally Chelsea were going to be like the England of 1966. Win it once, never win it again. But to win it twice says it all. And I think the second time meant more to me than the first time. I can't lie.
Really?
Yeah. Is Man City.
I could see that.
Huh? At least it wasn't rigged to like 2012 when Iron Robin blatantly missed a penalty on purpose.
Yeah, but for me, both the times were written in the stars. So that is
Joe.
That's my first moment of 2021. My favourite moment, Chelsea win the Champions League.
I'm not surprised by that. I mean, you know, I'm not surprised that you found the second one a lot sweeter because Chelsea weren't as dominant as they were back in 2012 when they won it first time.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
when you say dominant,
everyone didn't see that coming. So, Chris, what is yours? What's your first moment of 2021?
Easy.
What?
One simple word.
What?
I mean, the king has returned. And the fact is, yes, he might not be the same player as he once was, but he's still an absolute boss when he's on that pitch. Like, he demands respect when he's on there. Literally, when you see him play, you're just like, you just can't stop watching him. Everything he does, like even if he does something bad, you're still watching him. Even if he's having a bad game, you're still watching because he could do that sort of split moment where he would change a game like that.
Yeah, he's talented, man. I'm not surprised that was your favourite moment. I mean, he's just talented.
Yeah, just think as well. We got back his transfer. We got him and saved money. Yeah, we sold Dan James for 25 mil. And then we signed Ronaldo for 15 mil. And then we made that back on shirt sales alone.
Yeah, because he sold out like the quickest shirt sales in an hour or something, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it sold off the shelves like that. It was ridiculously quick.
Especially when number 7 got announced as well.
The what, sorry?
A number got announced as well.
Yeah, to be fair, I knew he was going to get it, but I didn't know how they were going to get it. I thought Cavani was going to keep the number. But I'm glad they didn't Cavani switch numbers because obviously the number 21 is the one he wears for Uruguay anyway. So it sort of makes sense.
I don't think Cavani was asked about the shirt number anyway, was he?
No, but to be fair, he did break the number 7 curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
But Jay, what's your top moment as a Crystal Palace fan?
As a Crystal Palace fan, do you know it's going to be a bit sentimental? This is not my top moment. My ones aren't in any particular order. The first one, it's not direct. Well, it's directly thingy to football, but you know, I'm going to say, the fans being let back into the stadiums. You know, after how long was it back then? After
a year and a half.
About a year and a bit.
Yeah. I think it was about a year and a half.
No, it wasn't a year and a half. It was May.
Yeah, because it was March 2020
to May 2021.
Was it May?
Here's the last.
No, we had some back in December though, didn't we? For a bit, depending what.
Yeah, that doesn't really count though, because that was before the lockdown. So, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so it must have been just over a year.
Yeah, I mean, everyone. It was just good to get some real atmosphere back in stadiums. Do you know what I mean? I know Man City had the same atmosphere throughout the pandemic anyway. But
well, before that, you mean like literally, the city is theirs. 20,000 empty seats. Are they fucking sure?
But yeah, it was really good to see. People were happy about going there. Even the Burnley fans were okay going there, even though they lose every week. Yeah, so. Yeah.
Jason's opinion on Burnley, we do not share.
No, I'm joking, by the way.
I know Will from between us really hates Burnley, and so does Jay.
Oh, yeah, no. I don't hate Burnley.
You don't hate Burnley, but
I just think.
But Burnley could fuck off.
It's just one of them teams you just wouldn't watch, isn't they? Really, and I'm sure people think about that. Well, with Palace last season,
every season.
Well, playing very good football this season. We are set to lose Zaha as well for the African
You
Cup
said to
of
lose
Nations.
him every bloody 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes he's linked away, or he's injured, or he's not going to play this.
Yeah.
I don't know how you still go on your books.
So Nathan,
Yes.
what's your second one?
I think the second one is a bit obvious, but it might surprise you, Gun. Sweet Caroline. So good. So good. If my second moment was England making the Euro finals, I mean, 2018 was so heartbreaking, you know, to get so close but no cigar, they always say. But to go there with a mixture of players with a bit of experience, a bit of youth, a players that are experiencing their first major international tournament, it means so much, and it was just so brilliant. I know we lost. I mean, obviously,
Embarrassingly.
The outcome was what it was. I mean,
It wasn't embarrassingly, but
personally, myself, I think had Rashford scored that penalty, we would have won that. That would have been ours to win. But you know, for the second time in the tournament, it felt like the England squad were together. They were together. It weren't like you look at the England squad now, and then you look at your Gerrards, your Rooneys, your Lampards. You think, why didn't they win the World Cup? Why didn't they win the Euros? But look at the squad we have now. We got such a young talent, and England's going to get better. I don't know. I want to say we can make the World Cup final next year. I want to say it, but I don't know. It depends. Ages will be different. Everyone will be older by then. People will be experienced. Like Saka would be experienced. Mount will be experienced. James will be experienced. I could name lists and lists like Greenwood will hopefully be in the World Cup. Mason Greenwood, I think he deserves a bit of a shout.
Yeah, but sorry, Reece James won't be starting for the England team. Just saying.
You don't know that. But
I do.
Don't go back to Reece James, please. Not
But-
Reece James. Not after the other night.
Southgate's got his favourites.
Yeah.
England making the Euro final. Brilliant highlight.
I don't see any reason why England can't get to the World Cup final next year. Honestly.
I see a lot of reasons.
Okay. In the last World Cup, people were going, it was an easy passage to the final. But then we were in the Euros and we turned over Germany. Okay, we smashed Ukraine and we beat a really, really hard Denmark side. And then we come up against Italy in the final, which were they were better than us on the night. But
one thing I got to disagree with that though.
What?
Think of it this way: we played Denmark and we scraped it. I'm not just saying that in a bad way,
Still
but
beat them.
Yeah,
And
but
it was 2-0.
Southgate. Yeah, that's what I mean. 2-0. Was it 2-0? No, it went. It was 2-1. It went to extra time.
Yeah, 2-1.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So there's that. But England did the exact same mistakes. What cost us in the World Cup? Go goal up, defend for like 70, 80 minutes, like we did in the final. The exact same errors.
Yeah.
Because Southgate stuck to his guns, exactly like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Say Southgate was the manager of Manchester United, say for example, he would have been sacked the exact same way Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was sacked, because he is not the person to take England that next step. He's good at what he's done. The project he's done for England, great.
Though, hasn't he?
No, he hasn't got us to that
You name any manager before him apart from Sir Alf Ramsey, right? And none of them have taken England beyond the semi-final stage. Gareth Southgate has.
Yes, he has. But like what I'm saying is, he's not the person to take him to the next step, as in winning those trophies. He's not got that backbone. He's too. He's too weak. Like, bear in mind, you need a manager who's going to be like, all right, he needs to make the tough decisions. I mean, look at Sir Alex Ferguson. When he first joined United, those first 3 seasons, he thought,
he nearly got sacked.
Okay, exactly. He nearly got sacked. And do you know what he did in that FA Cup final?
What's that?
He knew the goalkeeper for United was playing badly, and he knew because the goalkeeper and Ferguson were friends.
Yeah.
And guess what Ferguson did?
He
dropped him,
didn't he? Yeah.
No, he dropped him. He dropped him completely, and we won. And then the goalkeeper left and basically retired. And it's just like that moment of that hard decision. What do I do? Do I stick with what I know, or do I go for this unknown? That is what Southgate and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, when he was at United, cannot do. Just look at it this way: if Southgate took off Harry Kane, who was completely outmarked, completely was useless in that final, and put Calvin Lewinham, who was fast, who's going to probably draw in fouls, with Saka on the wing as well, who got a foul on the halfway line, like we spoke about previously in the podcast. But think about what could have happened. We could have won if we didn't hold back. We panicked, straight back to it. That's what I mean about the tough decisions taking us to that next step, which I don't think he's the right man for. Yeah. Yes, he's done what Solskjaer's done, got us to that stage where we can push, but he's not the one to get us over the finish line.
Well, I respect that. I respect that.
But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next year. He signed a new contract.
He's there till the next Euros as well. So
yeah.
Oh God.
Yes,
Chris, what's your second favourite thing about 2021?
Oh, I've got to say.
That Chris is right. Of course, you type that, Chris.
I've got to say the best moment, well, the second best, was as painful it was to see Chelsea win. But City lose in the Champions League final, because I was sure they was going to win it. And the fact is that they lost, and I was watching it. I was like, for the one time, I was like, please God, let Chelsea win. I just knew I'm never going to hear the end of it from Nathan, though, because obviously he thinks Ben Chilwell is the best left back in the world in however many years. Just saying, he's completely wrong.
No,
but
I don't.
You think he's better than Dennis Irwin?
I didn't say he's the best left back in the Premier League right now, I feel. But he's injured right now, so there's nothing we can do about it.
Well, there we go. So
let me just clear something up, right? Earlier this week, we recorded a squad builder video where we had the Man United 1999 Champions League winning team against the Chelsea 2021 Champions League winning team, and there was some heated debates, shall we say. We found out Nathan's love for Reece James and
Ben Chilwell.
And Ben Chilwell, yeah.
And the entire Chelsea team.
But unfortunately, the sound mucked up on it, so I couldn't edit it. So I've had to scrap it, but it will come in the future.
Or if you stay long enough today, we can do an 08-12 comparison. If that's what people want.
Maybe.
If that's what
Maybe. If not, we'll do it next time.
Yeah.
And we'll see how Nathan loves certain players.
But Jason, what's your second favourite 2021?
Second favourite one. I have to say, pardon me, is probably, for all the wrong reasons, Lionel Messi win the Ballon d'Or. That was it was nailed on for either Lewandowski or Salah to win that. You know, Messi should not have been anywhere near that, in my opinion. And the fact that Christian Benteke wasn't considered was absolutely criminal. So, but yeah, I mean, Salah, what was it? He came 7th or something, Salah.
Yeah, I think so.
It just shows that the whole voting system is just corrupt, and it's just, it's like BBC Sports Personality of the Year. It just means nothing anymore. And it's not. It shouldn't be used as a barometer for people to judge players on. So yeah, that's my second one.
Fair enough.
I do agree with you though. I think it's literally like sports personality, like Jordan Henderson getting it the other year.
Yeah.
All because of like a technically sob story. But it's just like it's like I said to you guys at the time, or when we spoke about it. It's literally like the X Factor. You just need a sob story to get rewarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally what it's become. And Nathan, I think we're back to you.
What's your last one, Nathan?
My third favourite moment is, it is a bit harsh. And I can't lie. It does tickle me because, and I'll explain why.
I think I know what's coming. Go on.
Alright, Solskjaer getting sacked.
Actually, that wasn't the thing I was thinking of, but yeah.
What was you thinking? Just say.
I was thinking about. Thought you was going to say Man United losing the Europa League final.
That was close. That would have been until Solskjaer got sacked. But listen, the thing is with Solskjaer, right? The thing is, a lot of Man United fans laughed at Frank when Frank got sacked, right? And the reason is, besides you, Chris, you probably thought it was a bit. Yeah, actually, you did say it was harsh because we spoke privately about this. And the thing is, the reason I find it funny is because I personally feel, and you might call me biased, I felt that Solskjaer should have been sacked before Frank, because the reason I say this is because Frank joined a club, which of course he loves, like Solskjaer loves the club. Solskjaer won the Champions League in '99 for them, so he scored the winning goal, and he'll always be a legend for that. The reason I think that is because Frank joined a club that had a transfer ban. He didn't make a mistake, Frank. He joined a club that he loved, that he loves, and he played. He won trophies for, as did Solskjaer.
Okay, but what's the reason why he should have been sacked more than Solskjaer, other than him loving the club? When he went to Man City and scored against Chelsea.
Because the funniest thing is, Solskjaer spent money pretty much in his first season and spent 50 million on a right back that hasn't performed at all. Like, he's done nothing in the 2 years. He's done nothing.
It's only recently he's dropped off massively.
No, he's dropped out a lot. He's not been worth nothing. You bought someone from Swansea who had a good start but faded away.
Well, it's a typical Chelsea fan then, because he's a Chelsea fan. Dan James.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's a Chelsea fan.
I didn't even know that. I knew Luke Shaw supported Chelsea because he admitted he was a Chelsea fan. But it was just... I like Solskjaer, but I think it was just funny because he should have been sacked a long time ago. So,
what's the actual point? Other than making £150 million signing, that I disagree. He started off really well, and he did well. It's just in the last season and a half, he's dropped off form. So why should that consider him being sacked before Frank when the whole dressing room for Frank turned against him? And that's why he got sacked, because when Frank had the chance to spend the money, he spent a lot of it, and it didn't work out. Because think about it this way, the money that Frank spent, he got Havertz, Werner, and quite a few others, and they all turned against him. He was not getting them performing. Solskjaer got the team performing.
Not really, because look what happened in the last few months. Like, Sancho did nothing.
Last few months. That was after Frank was sacked. But during that time, Frank and Solskjaer are both managing at the same time. Yes. Solskjaer got the team playing.
But Solskjaer had more time than Frank and got a lot more leeway.
At that point, they had roughly about the same time, other than 6 months.
Mate,
other than 6 months. 6 months was the difference, because Solskjaer joined, what was it, halfway through the 2019 season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 18-19. Frank joined in the 19-20 season.
Yeah, and Frank did well in his first season.
So
circumstances he had.
It was 6 months difference between them.
Solskjaer should have gone a long time ago, but at the same time, as much as it was funny, I wanted Solskjaer to stay.
I mean, to be fair, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, though, I think of it this way. Your points about Solskjaer being sacked is like, yeah, he should have been sacked like recently, yeah, without a doubt. I do agree. And thankfully he was. But your points that Frank should have lasted longer, I disagree completely because
I think he should have stayed a lot more longer. Lampard was at the top before Christmas Day. We started dropping. Lampard had a blip, and I felt like him getting sacked was so harsh because every team had a blip.
You guys were not top then. That was us.
No, we were top before. We were top at the end of November, beginning of December. Then we just started to lose.
Actually, sorry to correct you, but it was Manchester United that were top. Because I remember, because Solskjaer, everyone was asking him.
Yeah, go on.
Everyone was asking him, do you think you guys are going to win the title? And he said, we're not really focused on that right now. And that was in November, December time. We were top. And then we slipped at the end of December, and City took over us. You guys were not near the top.
We were top at the beginning of November. At the whole of November, we were top. So
I think it was a bit harsh with Lampard's sacking, to be honest.
I think it was
because it came so fast, and it was part of that. It was part of that age where the club legends suddenly became manager of their clubs. You had Solskjaer for Man U, you had Lampard for Chelsea, and you had Arteta for Arsenal. Quite how Arteta's still there, I don't know. But I think it was a bit harsh for Frank Lampard to go the way he did. So.
Oh, Nathan, sorry to correct you. I just checked the stat. Actually, no, ignore me. Don't worry, ignore me.
Our research guy, Chris Murphy, there.
But yeah, that was my third favourite bit. But the Europa League final would have been there until Solskjaer got sacked.
Just to let you know, I think you're wrong about Chelsea because in December 2020, you guys were 6th place on 42 points.
Wow.
And Man City were first on 63 points.
Well,
and Manchester United was second with 48 points. And we were top before then. So you guys weren't near the top.
But it doesn't matter. We won the Champions League. We finished 4th place. So doesn't matter now.
But that's just contradicting your point. Frank Lampard was playing crap. He literally was... I mean, yeah, you finished 4th, but we finished. That season? We finished 2nd. Yeah, we may not have won. We may not have won, but at least we finished in a better position. Didn't rely on the Champions League to get us through.
But we finished 4th and won the Champions League. Got to an FA Cup final
and lost to Leicester. You did the hard job being City, but you got smacked by Leicester.
I'd rather win the Champions League than the FA Cup anyway.
I'd rather win both.
Well, your trophy was 2017, mate, so I wouldn't even know what your trophy cabinet kind of looks like now the last 5 years.
I mean, it's got 3 Champions Leagues, 20 league trophies, countless FA
Cups.
Cups.
Living in the past. Stop living in.
That's what you're doing. End of the day, the past is the past.
It was 2021. We've won the Champions. It's not even a year since we won.
And that is the past.
Yeah, but over the last 5 years, we've been better than you.
I'm not denying that, am I?
I'm just saying.
You said about the trophy cabinet, and I'm like...
Yeah, I know, I'm not saying that. Your trophy cabinet is obviously much better, but...
Well, there you go. You just contradicted your own point.
Your managers, and obviously... Yeah, your managers, you got rid of Mourinho, you basically sacked a really good manager, which, alright, he lost the dressing room. You hired a legend, and he just lost the fans.
Anyway.
No, they both lost the dressing room.
Moving on.
Mate, you're literally making no point to it. You're just stating things that have happened with management. You're not stating points of why things happened or what this. You're saying about, have you done trophy cabinet? And I'm just pointing out the fact that ours is a hell of a lot bigger because before the first one you won with Jose, the Premier League, how many years was it since you won the league title?
I get that. I'm not saying that. We won it in 1905.
So how big is your trophy cabinet?
To be honest, it's bigger than Tottenham, so I don't care. And it's bigger than Man City's.
Oh, we're bringing
Did you say
Tottenham into
Messi's?
it.
Man City's.
Oh, well, Man City's sort of catching up with Chelsea, to be honest.
Yeah, but to be honest,
Man
Man
City
City
was
is
there.
making Manchester a bit more bluer now than red. But yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
anyway.
20,000 empty seats at City. Are you really fucking sure?
Anyway, Chris, what was your last favourite thing of 2021?
I think this moment here.
This debate. This Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville-esque debate.
Oh god, we can go all day. But no, I think my favourite, well, my third favourite is Roy Keane. Just in general, Roy.
He's so.
Roy
I love
Keane.
Roy Keane. I love Roy Keane.
His
He's so
double act
brilliant.
with Michael Richards is so funny.
It's
That's
just Roy Keane in general. Everything he says, he's very spot on. I mean, the bit with Fred, he was like, "If I see Otley down there, I'm going to grab him by the shirt and be like, why are you playing Fred?" And I was like, you know what? So many people want to do that right now.
But to be fair, since Solskjaer's been gone, Fred has actually played all right.
As I said previously as well, he's the best
Cracking player.
shit player, yeah. Because he has these great moments, but then he has 20 shit moments. And you're just watching him thinking, why on earth are you still playing, you absolute donkey?
But one great moment will make you forget about the 20 crap moments he makes in one match.
No, they won't.
If you
He
say
scored.
the goal against Palace, I'll kick you out of the bloody Discord.
I'm not saying anything. I forgot about the goal against Palace.
Kick him.
But I'm just
I mean,
saying,
what made
all I'm
it-
gonna
Fred is actually quite a good player.
Sorry, but he can. Yes, I get your point where you can have that one good moment, but scored a goal against Palace. Fair enough. The week before, he bottles a chance against Chelsea. I'm not being funny enough. I would have been more happy to beat
I love
Chelsea.
that. Thank you, Fred.
I mean, I'm not being funny enough. Then, so apparently,
Right, Fred.
apparently, a better goalkeeper than Peter Schmeichel. Apparently, according to Nathan, just saying.
This
Mendy
comes from
rolled the ball out to Fred, and Fred back passes it. That's all I can describe it. Back passes it to Mendy. Like, oh, here you go, mate. You drop this.
Well, yeah, there you go. It just proves that your midfield needs a lot more sorting out than ever.
It doesn't. All it needs
The
is.
whole team does.
I mean, bear in mind, what you could do is you could have Donny as, like, for example, do like a 4. What was it? 4-1-4-1. So I have two attack
4-1,
midfielders.
4-1 then, yeah.
Yeah, so have either Donny or Pogba just sort of sit in. Actually, yeah, have Pogba as the roaming. Sort of roam the middle, go back and forward. Donny and Bruno in front with not Greenwood, Rashford on the left if he's in form. If not, then put Greenwood on, and Sancho on his best position, which is the right wing, and then Ronaldo up front. Because then you got that support by the wingers, and you also got Bruno or Donny. One can sit, one can push. Look at Man City. Man City do that exact thing, but with Fabinho or whatever his name is, or Rodri in the holding, and it works.
Let's see what happens, mate. Well, they've got a game on Monday. Man United haven't had action for a few, so we'll see what happens.
I think
Monday.
that would work better as a 4-1-2-3, to be honest.
Yeah,
With the wingers, the wide men
do like
up a bit more.
like a 4-3-3 sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Right.
So,
Okay,
Jay,
so
what is your
Third.
My one, it may be a bit biased, but
That's me.
Patrick Vieira taking over at Palace.
Fair enough.
Do you know what? If you look at my TikTok about my predictions for the season, right? I didn't speak too well about him, right? I knew, he took over at Palace. He was proven elsewhere. He was good in America. He was good for Lille. Was it Lille he was manager of?
I don't think he was manager of Lille.
Nice.
I know he was assistant with. I
He was
heard he was.
He was Pep's assistant for a while, wasn't he?
I thought he was like a sporting director.
Or sporting director, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
He
to be
was
honest.
manager at Nice, I think, and he got to a respectable spot in Liga 1. But when he first took over, I tipped him to be one of the first ones sacked, as other people did as well. But I also said, just judge him after a few games, right? And I'm happy to say, right?
You want him out?
But I was very, very, very wrong about him. He's got us playing better. We're playing very good football.
Yeah, you are.
Still hugely inconsistent. But
he will be... Carry on, sorry, mate.
yeah, I mean, the tactical decisions he's made, the way we're playing, the way he's training them, it's just a world away from Roy Hodgson. No disrespect to Roy Hodgson.
I mean, you could have put a bus stop in front of Crystal Palace's dugout and it probably would have done a better job than Roy Hodgson.
Yeah.
I mean, he's developing a very young Palace team, and I reckon next summer he'll be given. Hopefully, he'll probably be given a bit more dough to go spend.
I mean, it is Palace, mate. Don't get too carried away.
He will get given money. They've got money, Palace.
Not a lot. I mean, bear in mind. Just so you know, it was New York City FC and Nice he managed before Palace. Yeah. He didn't do any management or coaching things with City, I don't think.
And I personally
he did become a first team coach for a while after he retired because he was in the dugout with Pep all the time. Is it Pep he was with?
Yeah, probably
When
Pep.
did he retire?
Greeny.
Because he
was in the dugout for a little bit.
Because I know Arteta was Pep's assistant at Man City. I know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good shout, to be fair, Vieira.
I mean, if Palace can stump up the money for Conor Gallagher, no people are saying about his wages and stuff, but we're paying Benteke £110,000 each week.
You need to get rid of him.
Twice a game.
If you're literally going to go anywhere, you need to sell Benteke. Bring someone young.
No, every time it looks like we're going to get rid of him, he pops up and he has a few brilliant games where he just performs out of his skin, and he's so inconsistent. But But one good signing, I think, for Palace would be, just going off track a little bit, would be Lucas Digne. He's going to be our favourite. I know, but he's going to be out of favour at Everton because they're bringing in, Mikolevsky, whatever his bloody name is. And, yeah, if Palace can stump up the money for him, it'd be really good for us. But he won't. Tyrick Mitchell there, isn't he? So
he won't spend in January, but in the summer he'll be given money.
To be fair,
I think priority would be to keep Gallagher. I think.
I was just about to say that as well. I mean, because if I was a Palace fan, if they lose Gallagher, and if you don't bring anyone with his quality in, that could mean. I bet he saved you guys so many times. Like even just the way he plays is different from what you've had in years. And this is what I said to you when he's at Charlton. I said to you, watch this guy. He's good. And I remember, I called you, Nathan, when Frank Lampard recalled him. I was like, I hope he gets sacked. And then Lampard got sacked next season, just saying.
Well, to be fair, he's doing well, Gallagher, and he's a big key player in Palace, and especially in that midfield. So fair play to Vieira. I think he's doing a terrific job.
Yeah. Does he get into Chelsea's side, though?
Yes. Next season, watch.
All right, just say all the midfielders are still there. Who are you dropping? Bear in mind, you play like a 3 in the middle. 2 holding and 1 attacking.
I would actually... I'd drop Jorginho.
Wow.
The one you would put in the midfield. Bear in mind, we did, as Jay said earlier, we did a little recording which didn't really work out, unfortunately. But Nathan wanted to put Jorginho ahead of Paul Scholes and Roy Keane.
No, that was Kante. I wanted Kante.
And Jorginho. Because Kante for Keane.
I didn't agree with Jorginho, but I believed Kante
was brought up Jorginho, to be honest.
Because it was both for them. You wanted both. And I had to...
I agreed with Roy Keane. I just think Kante is just is class.
Biased.
Well,
but yeah.
In my chat...
guy biased as well.
In my chat, Joe says for him, the best moment of 2021 was Conte coming in for Nuno.
Oh, he's a Tottenham fan.
He's a Tottenham fan, yeah.
Personally, myself, Spurs fans can be excited, but the reason he's gone to Tottenham is because he's been given money to spend in January and the summer.
No, it's not that.
Director of football is one of his best mates.
The reason why Conte went to Spurs was because the United job wasn't available, and that was his backup plan.
Well, no, a lot of people didn't want Conte. Like Gary Neville, he was said, I don't want Conte at Man United. So,
yeah, but that is not Gary Neville's not in charge. Gary Neville's in charge of Salford. I mean, bear in mind, we didn't really want Mourinho.
But you want Poch. You're gonna get Poch in the summer.
Yeah, I don't want him. I think.
Who do you want for Man United then?
What's his name? Hold on, let me find his name.
He's so good he doesn't know his name.
I can't remember how to. Eric Ten Hag. I couldn't remember how to pronounce his name.
Ooh, that's a good shot, actually.
Yeah, Eric Ten Hag. Bear in mind, he's bringing through his own style of play. What United need, we don't need any manager being like, oh yeah, the United way, blah blah, because that way has changed. Plus, Ferguson brought that change. We need a manager to bring in his own thing, not being like, oh, let's try follow what Ferguson did. That's not going to work. You're not going to get another manager like Ferguson because he is the greatest manager of all time. I don't care what anyone says about Man City and Pep. Pep has had all these great teams, easy, people throwing money at him. People are like, all right, who do you want? Cool, here's millions. Spend what you need. Here, you got all these great players anyway. I mean, look who he's taken over. He took over Barcelona. Yeah, fair enough. He did a good job there. Fair enough. I can admit that. But Bayern Munich, who recently won the Champions League, win the league basically every year. Then he took over Man City, who had a really good squad, need a few little add-ons, but it's not like the Man City owners are not going to fund them.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Man City have spent something like $1 billion in the last 3 years and still couldn't win the Champions League. Just saying.
Yeah, not wrong. I mean, it goes to show. I mean, to be fair, they were close, but thankfully Chelsea got there before they did, which is depressing to say Chelsea winning something is the best outcome.
Yeah.
So, you know what Chelsea fans are like.
To end the podcast.
Are we finishing already?
Yeah, just
no,
just the recording. Just the recording. We can carry on after.
Oh, okay.
On live stream. If you went at the live stream, it's your fault.
Yeah, true, Geordie.
Stop calling out True Geordie. Kick my ass. I want 2 answers from you two. What has been your best transfer of any team throughout 2021, and who's been the worst transfer in your opinion? Nathan, go.
The best transfer. Do loans count?
Yes. No,
it's a transfer, isn't it? Yeah.
I would say the bargain, even though it's a loan, is probably Conor Gallagher to Crystal Palace. That's a bargain loan.
Yeah.
The worst transfer, I think, will have to be Lukaku.
Lukaku?
That's what I was going to say.
The worst?
I think so. I will bear in mind he's been injured and he's had COVID and he's back, but I don't think he's lived up to that 97.5 million yet.
Give me a few months.
I hope I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, I will hold my hands up at the end of the season and be like, I was wrong. But so far, I'm going to say Lukaku was the worst transfer.
Wow. Bombshell. Chris? Yeah, I knew you'd say that.
I mean, like I said earlier, I said all the facts of earlier. But worst, I'd probably have to agree. I mean, because bear in mind, Lukaku, he's proven it time and time again. He's not a top striker. Like, don't get me wrong, he scores goals against mediocre versus bang average teams.
Yeah.
And teams that are not quite there. Against the big teams in the big games, he's non-existent.
Sorry, carry on.
He did the exact same thing at United, Chelsea, United, and also Inter, where Paolo Di Canio called him out, saying he's a good striker, but he's not great. People should stop calling him great because he cannot do it in the big games. Great strikers do it in the big games. Look at Paolo Di Canio, did it in the big games, but he's not up there with the other ones.
He went to Serie A, and not being rude to Italians or Italian football, it's not exactly the hardest league. It's slow football, not really much competition there. So for me, I think so far Lukaku is the worst one.
Who said that?
Jason, what's your best and worst signings of?
The best one, I have to agree with Conor Gallagher.
Yeah,
Absolutely brilliant signing, for the aforementioned reasons. He's transformed the midfield at Palace. He brings the people around him into the game, which is good, and he fights at every ball. The worst one, I'm going to say, is another loan. Saul Niguez for Chelsea.
yes. Oh,
He was all right for Atletico. I didn't really rate him that much before he went to Chelsea.
Oh God, yeah.
But
it's just absolutely. I tell you what, I will pay for his.
him.
I will pay for his flight back to Spain. I will pay for it myself.
I mean, what if he turns out really good? Actually, no, I'm going to change mine, actually, from Lukaku, actually. I just realised I want to change it. I completely forgot about this guy.
Who?
Jack Grealish.
No.
He's been awful.
I think he's been all right.
You're the only one who thinks he's been all right. I mean, bear in mind, if there was anybody else for that money, if he
he's not been...
Yeah, but bear in mind, if he wasn't English, people would be criticising him a hell of a lot more than he is.
Yeah.
Think of it this way.
Big statement.
It's true, though. We are very biased.
Mm.
I mean, when it comes to, like, youth players come through the academy,
Irish,
as soon as they come through the academy and they're English, for example, like Mason Mount, they do not get criticised as much as other players. Nathan, listen to the point before you start judging. So, other players, for example, Saul Niguez, he's being criticised like crazy. But Mason Mount, if he has games like that, everyone's like, oh no, it's just a one-off, or he played well, he did this well, trying to cover because they know that's their player who came from their team, who's also from their country. It's true. In all English football, I've been to play for it as well. We are biased to our own players from our own country, and that is a fact.
But for me, there's having a few bad games, which Mason Mount had, but there's having a few bad months, which Saul Niguez has.
He's barely played.
Yeah, but when you play, you have a chance to show your opportunity.
Yeah, but inconsistency of games, you're not exactly match sharp. You're not exactly in the right frame of mind. It's like Donny van de Beek not getting much game time.
I feel sorry for him.
But that's the same. It's the same thing. What's happening with Saul Niguez?
You could argue that. You could argue that. But for Donny van de Beek to be warming up your players against Tottenham, that just said it all.
Here's a good question for you, Neff. So you said about he's been the worst signing. How many games do you think he's played?
He's played quite a few.
How many? Is quite a few.
He played against Villa in the Premier League. He played both Carabao Cup games. He played against Wolves. That's 4. He's come on as a substitute against Everton.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5. And he's played a couple of Champions League games when at Stamford Bridge.
That's it. 5. He's had 5 games, and some were off the bench, or not even a full 90.
Well, I just think I'd pay for his trip back to Spain. Go to Spain and don't come back, please.
But there again, he's not getting a look in. Like, I'm not being funny enough, and he's a good player. And
There's better people ahead of him, though, isn't there?
There's so many people ahead of him.
I mean, to be fair, if you got Saul Niguez playing at the top of his game, or Mason Mount playing at the top of his game, I'm sorry, Mason Mount is being dropped. But it's that thing I was talking about earlier, with the fact he's from your youth team, and he's English. Is that alone proves the biasness. Look at him. Saul Niguez plays for Spain's national team and dominated La Liga last year with Atletico and took him to the league title. I'm sorry, but if you're telling me Mason Mount is better after 5 games he's only had, then it's a little bit unfair and very, very biased. Which, in all fairness, everyone is like that. I've been biased when it comes to a lot of players before.
Yeah, we know you stuck up for Wan-Bissaka. Yeah.
He never came for our youth. And I didn't stick up for him. I said to him, he's been crap for the last year and a half. But before that, he was playing well. Look at the way
you said that his form's dropped the last few months.
I said last season and a half.
I thought you said the last few months.
No, last season and a half.
No, well, there you go.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, we all have this bias side. I mean, I'm being honest about Wan-Bissaka. I think when he started, he was great. He had things to improve on. He started to improve on, and then he dropped massively. But that's what I mean. It's just some of us have bias sides, like especially when it comes to our youth. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jason can admit as well when there's a young Palace player, like, for example, Fusaha. If people say, "Oh, he's playing shit," we should just get rid of him. Jason will be thinking, but they know
what. My opinion up until about a year ago was we should absolutely get rid of him. But now, Joe from my chat, Chris, agrees with you about Jack Grealish. He said Jack Grealish is a good shout. He's been okay, but I think anyone could be okay if you're chucked in a City team. Compare it to when he was at Villa. He was amazing for them.
Mm-hmm. And in the Euros. Look at the way Grealish would change a game. But it's like it's the same thing with Phil Foden.
Yeah.
Think about it this way. Phil Foden, when he's playing for England, he's expected to be the star man. And the reason why it doesn't work, because you got a young guy in a team with people like Kevin De Bruyne, Sergio Aguero, Raheem Sterling, and all them, and then you expect some youngster who's not as experienced to be the star man. And it's sort of not fell flat on his face, but you could tell he wasn't up for that role. Not yet.
Yeah, Grealish he was definitely not played at the Euros when he should have been playing.
True. Unfortunately, Southgate just wouldn't take off Mason Mount.
You just said about Phil Foden, so you make up your mind.
Who got COVID and got injured and missed the rest of the tournament, played like 2-3 games. Missed the rest of the tournament.
Had a dig about Phil Foden, then you bring in Mason Mount when you just talked about Phil Foden.
Because Mason Mount should have been taken off for Grealish in that final. Because Mount was non-existent.
Yeah, but to be honest, what did Rashford do? Just saying.
We're not talking about Rashford. We're talking about...
You just had a dig at me, and then now it's going back to you. Rashford missed a penalty.
We're not talking about Rashford. We're talking about that midfield role.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Saying what? Bring on the player who played less than 5 minutes in the Euros.
I'm not saying Grealish should have been used. Grealish was not playing, and Grealish should have played in a lot of the games. But at the end of the day, he chose Phil Foden instead. Phil Foden got more game time than Mason Mount.
No, he really didn't.
Yes, he did.
What was it? 2 to 3 games, and then got COVID. Had to miss 2 weeks.
Mason Mount had to isolate as well.
Oh no, sorry, not isolate. No, he got injured. If I remember, he injured the back of his leg or something.
And Mason Mount had to isolate as well.
Yeah, he missed one, I think 1 or 2 games, and then played all of the remaining ones. So what do you want about?
But you're just sitting there just saying
what are you on about? Mason Mount played way more games than Phil Foden did, and what my point is that he didn't get dropped. I mean, Jack Grealish should have played in that final instead of.
But look what Jack Grealish is doing this season.
Yes, that's. Oh my god.
Oh my god! Look what Mason Mount's doing this season. Mason Mount scored pretty much nearly every game.
Doesn't mean you're a great player. You can score in games.
I didn't say he's a great player. He has the potential to be a great player.
How old is he again?
Huh?
How old is he again?
21.
Ronaldo was winning Ballon d'Ors at that age.
That's nice. Ronaldo's never won the World Cup.
I agree, Joe, by the way.
What do you say?
They could be debating about Cyril and then up about Chelsea and United.
What?
Oh, man. You too.
Oh, Jesus.
So, I tell you what these two remind me of, Joe. Let me just show you. Joe, what these two remind me of. Tell me if you agree, Joe. You know. Do they remind you of these two?
Who?
Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher.
I see what you mean.
I thought you would have said Roy Keane and Jamie Carragher.
No. Well, on that bombshell, it's time to end the podcast here. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, subscribe, and put the notification bell on to be notified of when a video goes live. I'll see you in the next one.
See you later.